Hello and welcome to Higher Ground Gaming. This is Eric. Today we're going to play another game from the Carl Yastrzemski career replay, game number 42 of the season. As you can see, Carl Yastrzemski is not in the lineup. He is being replaced by Rip Rapolski, another player of Polish heritage. So as Yastrzemski has been struggling, as you saw in the last game, average dipping below 200 and showing no signs of resurfacing. So manager Pinky Higgins decided to get a day off, the rookie the day off, and to let him think about it on the bench. And he is available to use as a pinch hitter and possible defensive replacement later on. But right now, Rip Rapolski will start in left field. So the Red Sox are glad to see the Yankees out of town, and now they'll be hosting the Baltimore Orioles, which are not that much easier. So for the lineup for the visiting Baltimore Orioles, 1-1 against the Red Sox so far, is going to be the future manager of the Red Sox, Dick Williams, the left fielder. Jackie Brandt is the center fielder. The human vacuum cleaner, Brooks Robinson, at third, will bat third. Jim Gentile, at first baseman, hits clip, followed by Gus Triendos behind the plate. The shortstop, Ron Hansen, will hit sixth, followed by the future Red Sox second baseman, Jerry Adair. Batting eighth and playing right field is another future manager for the Kansas City Royals, Whitey Herzog. And batting ninth is going to be Billy Hoft, who will be on the mound. I believe Whitey Herzog also I think he might have managed for the Cardinals too, possibly. But anyway, so a couple future managers in the Baltimore lineup there. So Don Schwal is on the hill for the Red Sox. He comes in with a record of 2-0 on the season with a 4.85 earned run average, 15-7 on the actual season. One of the few bright spots in the Red Sox starting rotation in 1961. With 3.22 earned run average. And so far he's pitched 13 innings, allowing 9 hits, walking 9, and striking out 10. So the Red Sox defense behind Schwal is going to be Rapolski in left, who is absolutely horrible range-wise, very short-handed. So any of the balls he gets to, he does make the play on. But with a below-average arm, Geiger in center, Jensen in right. Jensen the best defender of the three. In the infield, it's going to be Runnels at third. The third baseman, Frank Malzone, was injured in the last game, and he'll miss 2 games. So Pete Runnels will get to start at third, at least for the first game of his absence. Don Button at shortstop. Chuck Schilling at second, and Vic Wertz, the first baseman. Schilling the best range at second, and the lowest error rating also at second. Jim Pagliarone is behind the plate with above average range, and that is his pass ball rating, as I learned in Stratomatic Delaware. Did a video on some great videos on inside pitch cards and dice, which does also apply to the PC game too, which I like. But again, I never knew what that slash after the first range rating was, but that is for their pass ball rating, so it's above average pass ball rating, I'm assuming. Extremely high error rating and a below average arm. Just Schwal on the hill has average range with an 8 error rating on the hill. Alright, so that is your defense behind Schwal. So Schwal looking for the sign from Pagliarone. Dick Williams steps in the box. Williams hit 206, just 206 on the season with 8 homers and 24 runs batted in. As you can see, Mr. Brody is there along with Purple Monkey, and Blue Duck has a seat all his own. Well, actually, Blue Duck and Blue Penguin are sharing a seat there with Blue Duck behind the seat there. Miss Maggs has the day off for this game, the game off anyway. So we have our dual co-host seats back for inside pitch games. So Schwal looks in for the sign from Pagliarone. Here's the windup and the pitch. Looks like we got a little delay here for some reason. Hopefully it'll fix itself once it rolls here. Maybe I didn't hit it though. That could be it. I'm not sure what is going on here. Let's give it a second to fix itself. So many of the Red Sox come in with a 16-25 record in their first 41 games. There we go. So 5-3. I'm going to go with the 5-3 because that's what showed up first. I just hit it second time. Hopefully it worked itself out there. So it's going to be a batter's card. Yeah, it seems to be fine now. And that is going to be a ground ball to the shortstop, Button, who makes the play over to Wirtz for out number 1. Next up, Jackie Brandt, 7 up for the season with 16 homers and 72 runs batted in. Schwal looks in for the sign from Pagliarone as the windup in the pitch. So 5-3. And that is going to be a base hit. So Brandt is on with a 1-out single. Wirtz will hold him on. Brandt does not steal many bases, but when he does get a jump. Another thing too about the ET and stolen base rating is this is his attempt rating right here. So the higher the number, the more often he'll attempt to steal. So he does not attempt to steal that often, but when he does, he does have a good percentage, stolen base percentage. If I'm reading that right. So Brooke Robinson up now. Robinson hit .287 in 61 with 7 homers and 61 runs batted in. So Brandt gets his lead off first. Here's the windup and the pitch. Going to be off the batter's card. So that is going to be a ground ball to the third baseman. Can they turn 2? Runnels. Oh no. Third base. And this is going to be over to second for 1. Back to first. And the Red Sox will turn 2 and get out of the inning. So Robinson hits into the double play. And that'll do it for the Baltimore Orioles in the top of the first. So Billy Hoft on the hill for the Orioles. He had a 7-4 record in 61 with 3 saves, 2.02 earned run average, 138 innings pitched, 106 hits allowed, 52 walks, and 100 Ks. So very good numbers for those starts that he had in 61. So the lineup for the Red Sox is going to be Chuck Schilling, the second baseman, will lead it off, followed by Gary Geiger in center. Jackie Jensen is your right fielder, batting third. Pete Runnels getting the start for the injured Frank Malzone at third base will bat cleanup. Propolsky getting a start in place of Yastrzemski in left field will bat fifth. Pagliarone behind the plate bats sixth, followed by the first baseman Vic Wirtz. Don Butenbutt in the shortstop will at eighth, and Don Schwal on the mound will bat ninth. So the defense behind Hoft for the Orioles is going to be Williams in left, Brandt in center, Herzog in right. Very limited range, especially by Williams in left. Brandt and Herzog also below average range. Fairly low error ratings, with Herzog having the best error rating in right, very short-handed. And pretty weak arms overall, with the best arm being Williams, ironically, in left field. In the infield, Hudson with excellent error and low error rating at third. Hansen with above average range with a slightly high error rating at shortstop. Adair average with a low error rating at second. And Gentile above average range and a fairly low error rating at first. So the infield with much better defense, at least range, than the outfield has. Behind the plate, Triandos is average range with a below average pass ball rating and a very high error rating, just like Pagliarone, but with an above average arm behind the plate. Hoft with range and very short-handed on the hill, with an average at holding runners on. So Schilling steps into the box. Schilling hitting .269 on the season with 2 homers and 11 runs batted in. Hoff looks in for the sign from Triandos. Here's the windup and the pitch. And that is going to be a fly ball to center. Sorry, to right. And Schilling is retired for out number 1 now. Geiger homered in yesterday's game. A losing effort to the Yankees. Hitting .246 with 4 homers and 15 runs batted in. Actually, I believe he homered twice in yesterday's game, if I'm not mistaken. So that is going to be a strikeout. So Geiger goes down swing number 2. Jackie Jensen up now. Jensen hitting .328 in the season with 4 homers and 22 runs batted in. Wind up in the pitch by Hoff. And he'll strike out. So back-to-back Ks for Hoff to end the inning. After 1 full, no score. So Schwal back on the hill. He'll face Gentile, Triandos, and Hansen. Gentile 302 for the season with 46 homers and 141 runs batted in. So very dangerous hitter. Here's the windup and the pitch. And Schwal very careful with him. He'll draw the walk. Gentile with an excellent eye. So leadoff runner is on for the Orioles. Wirtz will hold him on. I'm not sure what the H is for attendance there. I mean for attempts there. And they're going to go with the hit and run here. And got Triandos comes in. .244 for the season, 17 homers, 63 runs batted in. So a very good hitting catcher. Power-wise anyway. 6'3". So it's going to be off the batter's card. And that's a fly out to left. Stratomatic Delaware pointed out inside pitch is an excellent game. I have really played much of the cards and dice game, although I do have a few seasons there. I'm supposed to be involved with a league last year, I believe it was, but it never formulated for some reason. A draft league and I was going to choose to use inside pitch, but that never came to fruition. But I do have the 2016 season, and I think a couple. I haven't really played much of the cards and dice, as the PC version has kind of captivated me for a while, even though it does have its flaws. It plays very similarly to the cards and dice game, with everything being done for you pretty much automatically, other than the dice rolls which you input and a few other decisions. But I do like. I almost feel like I'm playing the cards and dice version, minus the scorekeeping, when I am playing the P version. So anyway, but someday I'm sure I'll get to that. Amongst the other cards and dice games I have. But right now I just choose to use the PC version. Alrighty, so 1 down now with a runner on first for Ron Hansen. Shortstop hit .248, 12 homers and 51 runs batted in 1961. And it's going to be a Fenway Park ballpark check, which is going to be a double. Gentile will be held at third. So Hansen gets himself a double. So we're going to put runners on second and third with the 1 down. So Adair with a chance to put the Orioles on top. Hit .264, 9 homers and 37 runs batted in 130 games for the O's. So Pags goes out to talk to Schwal, goes back behind. So I'll be surprised if they try to pitch around Adair with Herzog coming up, and then the pitcher spot. So 3-5, and let's see. But looks like they get a called strike there instead of the walk that they get. So it's going to be a 3-2 count now. And the third baseman, Runnels, will make the catch for out number 2. So it'll bring up Whitey Herzog. Herzog Actually, not a bad hitter. Or has a 291 average with 5 homers and 35 runs batted in. So while we'll try to get out of it without any damage here, keep the game score 4-1, and that is going to be a walk. So it looks like he was pitching around Herzog to get to the pitcher's spot, so he's being very careful with Herzog. No harm there. He's going to load the bases now. Pitcher Hoft. Hoft, not a bad hitting pitcher. 179 for an average with 4 runs batted in and 39 at-bats. So here's the windup and the pitch by Schwal. It's going to be if it's a ground ball, it's going to be a chance of an error, 2-3, and it looks like it will be. It's going to be a ground ball to the first baseman, and Wirtz will handle this cleanly and take it to the bag himself to end the inning. So Schwal is able to get out of the jam, and after 1.5, it remains scoreless. So it'll be Runnels, Rapolsky, and Pagliaroni if anybody gets on Wirtz for the Red Sox against Hoft. Runnels hitting 293 in the season so far, equaling his total for home runs with 3 and 12 runs batted in. Hit 317 on the actual season. Pitch by Hoft. It's going to be off the card. And that's going to be a fly ball to Herzog in right to catch for out number 1. So 1 down now for Rip Rapolsky getting a start today. Rapolsky hitting 333 in 15 at-bats, 5 for 15 with a run scored. Two, 3, and that will be it's a strikeout. That's going to, they call it a ball, so it's 3-1. And he will fly out in center for out number 2. So 2 outs, base is empty for Pags, Jim Pagliaroni. Hitting 305 in the replay, so having a fine 5 homers and 20 runs batted in 32 games. And he will strike out swing. The Red Sox will go in order in the second, and after 2-4. So, top of the order, Williams will lead it off for the Orioles. It'll be Williams, Brandt, and Robinson. Williams 0 for 1 so far today. Here's the pitch by Schwal. Possible error on a ground ball. And it's going to be a fly ball, so no error. So he'll fly out to Geiger for out number 1. Next up, Brandt singled his first time up. And it'll be a ground ball that Runnels at third over to Wirtz for out number 2. So 2 up and 2 down for Brooks Robinson, 0 for 1. And almost gets hit by the pitch. Instead fights it off for a single. So a nice piece of hitting by Robinson with a 2-out single now. So he'll be held on by Wirtz at first. Jim Gentile up now walked in his first at-bat. Another possible error check. And that's going to be a pop-up to the second baseman, Schilling. Schilling very short-handed. And as easily makes the catch. We'll do it for the Orioles in the top of the third. So we head to the home half of the third with the score Baltimore 0, Boston 0. It'll be bottom third of the order, Wirtz, Budden, and Schwal up against Hoft, who has yet to give up a hit to the Red Sox. Wirtz hitting 252 on the season with 5 homers and 14 runs batted in. Batting down in the order against the lefty Hoft. Wirtz not as good against the left-handed batters overall, although power-wise he is. But he's able to get a single off Hoft, so leadoff runners on for the Red Sox. And Hoft will throw over to first. And Wirtz dives back safely, easily ahead of the throw. So another possible error check here, 3-5. And that is going to be a ground ball to the third baseman, Robinson, very short-handed, has a little bit of trouble with it, but is able to handle it and fires over to first. Actually, yep, his only play is going to be to first, as Wirtz will advance in scoring position now with one down. So the pitcher Schwal with a chance to put the Red Sox on the board. So Schwal, 180 hitter with 6 runs batted, and we're going to have him hit away. He's not a bad hitting pitcher, rather than give up an out. 6-4, and he will strike out for out number 2. So the Red Sox deciding to be aggressive there instead of laying down the bunt. So Schilling up now. Schilling with a chance to put the Red Sox on the board. Schilling 0 for 1 so far today. Wirtz gets his lead off second. He'll be off with the pitch. And Schilling, very good eye, takes ball 3. So full count now. And he will pop one up to baseman Robinson. He'll make the catch to end the inning. So the Red Sox not scoring a third, and after 3 full, it remains scoreless 0-0. So Trandos to lead it off. Trandos 0 for 1. He'll lead it off for the O's here on the top of the 4th. Fenway Park check here. And that is going to be a ground ball to the shortstop. Button over to first. 1 down. So Hansen, his first time up. And the error check. Possible error check. And Button has a little trouble with it, but is able to make the play over to first, as Wirtz is able to scoop up the short throw there for out number 2. So it'll bring up Adair, who's 0 for 1. And Adair does not strike out that often, but that's a call strike there. So that'll do it for the Orioles on top of the 3rd. So we'll head to the home half of the 4th with the score Boston 0 and Baltimore 0. Geiger, Jensen, and Runnels, if anybody gets on Rapolsky. Geiger struck out in his first at-bat. And Geiger holds his swing up there. Here's the next pitch. And that's a ground ball to Robinson. Over to first for out number 1. Jensen also struck out his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball to the center fielder. Brandt, who makes the catch for out number 2. Runnels up now. Open. And that will not be off the pitcher's card. Instead, it will be a liner to Hoff, who makes a nice catch to end the inning. So the Red Sox go 1, 2, 3 in the 4th. We'll head to the 5th. No score still. So Herzog to lead it off. Herzog walked in his first at-bat. And takes ball 3. And grounds the next pitch to Schilling for out number 1. Hoft up now. He's 0 for 1. And this time he does strike out. So 2 up and 2 down for the Orioles in the 5th. And we have Williams who's 0 for 2. And that's going to be a ground ball to short. Button fields it cleanly over to first. And halfway through, remains scoreless. So Rick Popowski will lead it off. Pull out his first time up. And we got a range play here. And Adair will not be able to get to that one, just out of his reach. And that's going to be a single for Rapolsky, so he's on for the first time today. Second Red Sox hit. So it'll be in Pagliarone as Gentile will hold Rapolsky on. Rapolsky not a threat to steal. Pagliarone struck out in his first at-bat. That's going to be a possible wild. That is going to be a wild pitch on Hoft, which will allow Rapolsky to get into scoring position with nobody out. And Pagliarone checks his swing, so 3-1 count now. And that's going to be a base hit for they're going to hold Rapolsky at third with nobody out. So Pagliarone with a single, put runners at the corners with nobody out. For Vic Wertz, he singled his first time up, chance to get the Red Sox on the board here in the fifth. And it's going to be a possible error on a throw here. And that's going to be a pop-up to the first baseman Gentile, so no error. So one down now for Budden. Budden with a chance here. And they're going to go to the third. And Rapolsky dives back in safely. Budden will err on a throw here. And that is going to be a no, as Robinson is able to handle it cleanly. And yeah, I want to imagine he would be off. I want to say he was off on the pitch. He's got a 4 rating there. And they're going to try the first double play. And looks like Robinson's only play is going to be the first, so they're going to let the run score. And Pagliarone advances second, so 2 down now. As the Red Sox get on the board first. So that'll bring up Schwal. 2 out. And runner on second. And he'll ground out as Adair handles it over to Phil. And that'll do it for the Red Sox in the fifth, but they do get on the board and lead at 1-0 after 5. It'll be Brandt, Robinson, and Gentile up against Schwal, now with a 1-run lead. And that is going to be a fly ball to Jensen and right for out number 1. So Robinson up now, 1 for 2. And be a ground ball to Runnels for out number 2. 2 up and 2 down to the Orioles in the 6th. Brings up Gentile. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. And we're going to get a rare play, our first of the game here. So second baseman goes into the hole to make a play and hurts his arm on the throw. Resolved play as a check for injury to the second baseman. So, So Schilling is going to get injured on the play, possibly. And he'll miss the rest of this game. So, more as a precaution here, they take out Schilling. So let's see here. Ooh, that's the only second baseman they have? Are you kidding me? They only have 1 second baseman. So second, that's kind of odd. Oh boy, I don't know who to bring in there. And what do they do for the rating? They're going to give him a horrible rating now. There's nobody else that can play. Who else in the infield? I guess we could put in Pumpsy Green at. So that's strange. They should have more than one guy be able to play second. Alright, we're going to put in Pumpsy Green, I guess. Second. Okay. And again, one of those fun and exciting things about inside pitch. There you go. And now we want his position to be second. Come on, let me put him in at second. So yeah, this is one thing about inside pitch which is kind of screwy. Alright. Alright, let's try to get back to the game here and see what they do. They put him in at second? No, they kept showing it at second. Alright, hold on here. Alright, so I want to put him in at second. Oh, you gotta love inside pitch. Sometimes. I do love it. Things like this is kind of screwy. Alright, so can I... Let's try this. Question is, how do I do this? So Pumpsy Green. Put him in here. Alright, I know that, but I want to put second. So let's take him out here. Let's put this position right here. Can I do that? No. Alright, I'll be right back. Here, so I just left Schilling in there, and as you can see, Pumpsy Green is in the line of bat when it comes to this. So again, they don't have another position to play second base, so I can't really do anything because it only keeps putting him in as pinch hitter. So I'm just going to go with this. Okay, so Schwal 6 here. Actually, that should have been. Did he reach? Oh, alright, so I undid the play, but I'm going to have Gentile did read that play. And again, it's Schilling's just going to miss the rest of this game, so it really doesn't matter that much. Again, hopefully it won't be a range play at second base. You got to let Gentile read. Since he failed the range play, that's what it went as. So I'm just going to have him reach with a single. If there's a single. Yeah, right there. That should work. Okay. So that's what it was anyway. It was a failed range check, so that makes it a single. Does show Schilling here, although he's not going to get a lineup, so comes up and goes back into the next thing. Maybe it'll put it at second base. I don't know. It definitely should be an easier way to do it, though. All right, so 2-out base runner. So Triando. And another base hit. That's second. So runners on first and second, 2. He's 1 for 2 of the double, and he will draw the one now for Schwal. Some warming in the Red Sox bench. So Jerry Adair with a chance. He's 0 for 2 on the day so far. Red Sox trying to get out of it and preserve the lead. And Schwal thought he had strike 3, but he doesn't. But he'll end up Polsky to end the inning. So no damage there despite loading the bases with 2 down. So we'll head to the bottom of the 6th now. Yeah, and Pumpsy Green will lead up here as a pinch hitter. So hopefully they'll I can play him in a second. We'll see. I have a feeling I'm probably not going to be. And that's going to be a big, pass there. Herzog's unable to get to that one. His limp range. So it's going to be a leadoff single for the Red Sox. The Red Sox looking to add to their 1-0 lead. Geiger up now. 0 for 2 with a walk. Strikeout. And he'll draw the walk. So put runners on first and second with nobody out. So the Red Sox got some here. Jackie Jensen, 324 hitter. He's 0 for 2 on the day today. He'll hit away. And he strikes out for out number 1. Arnold's up now, 0 for 2 so far. And that is going to be a base hit off of Hoff's card. So Green will come around the score. Geiger will advance to third. So runners at the corners on the RBI single by Pete Reynolds. So Reynolds making the most of his start today. Rapolsky up now. He's 1 for 2 with a single. Play on. And he fails the range play. Williams with not much range in left. So Geiger will come around the score. Reynolds will hold that. So 3-0 now, Red Sox. Brings up Pagliarone. He's 1 for 2. And that's going to be ground ball to the shortstop, Hansen. His only play is going to be to first. Move up. So Vic Wertz 1 for 2 on the day. Like to add to the 3-0 Red Sox lead here with a single. The batter's card, and that will be a ground ball to Idea. He handles it over to first. And that'll end the inning. Okay, here's where we might have an issue again. Okay. Please let me put him in at second. Is not going to let me. Let me see if I can do this. Okay, now, if I hit his name, let's change it. In the lineup, yep. No other second baseman here. Anybody in that. No, so that one is injured, so I can't bring him up. Oh, man. He may have hit a bottleneck here. Yeah, I think we... Alright, let's see what happens here. Go, lineup not complete. Let me change it then. Oh boy, this game sometimes. So how do I change that? Hitting second base here. Chuck Schilling I can bring back in the game. How do you change this position thing here? I don't think you can. Let's try to cancel everything here. What's it doing? I don't know. I do not know. All I know is the Orioles are up. It's got Jerry Adair. So Jerry to the Red Sox before he gets actually on the team. So I guess we have to let it go with that. So Jerry Adair is playing second. 3-4. So definitely a flaw in the computer version of the game. So one down now as Herzog grounds out to short. Again, I'm hoping this can. Other than that, it shouldn't make a difference. So 2 down now. So Willie now. And that is going to be 5. Fly out to right. Orioles go 1, 2, 3 in the 7th. So that'll bring up Don Budden. He's 0 for 2 with an RBI. And this will be a Fenway Park range play. And another rare play. Uh-oh. So the left fielder crashes into the wall, chasing a deep drive. Resolve as a D7 range play. Check injury to left fielder after the play. If left fielder fails to make the play, the center fielder picks up the ball with the hitter attempting a triple. Resolve the single +8 with the play at third. Unsuccessful range play. Dick Williams can't catch the... And it looks like he's okay, though. Maybe. But it's going to be a triple for Don Budden, and so he'll advance to third. And Dick Williams, the injured, will miss 2 games. They have plenty of left fielders, okay. So we'll bring in the guy with the Gene Stevens. Gene Stevens. So Budden gets himself a triple, a leadoff triple. See how much Schwal has left in the tank here. Schwal still has quite a bit. Going to let him hit for himself. Just let him hit away. And avoids the Waku. And he's going to deliver with a base hit. So Schwal hits away and gets himself an RBI single. And it's 4-0 Red Sox as Budden comes in to score. So helping his own cause here. And it's going to be it for Hoft. Alright, so Hoft pitched a complete game in the after game, so we pretty much can bring in whoever we want to here. The lefty and righty for the Red Sox. Oops. Guess we'll bring in Webb Stock, good as any. So righty. So West Stock comes in, sorry. Stock with a 5-0 record for the season. 3 saves, 3.00 earner average, 72 innings pitched, 58 hits allowed, 25 walks, 47 strikeouts. So he'll face Green, Geiger, and Jensen. So here's the windup in the pitch. Red Sox ahead 3-0 as we start the bottom of the 7th. Mr. Brody back in after getting a drink of water. And he saw Green for out number 1. So to bring up Gary Geiger. He's over. That is going to be our first error of the day as Hansen boots the ball. And Geiger will reach on the air in the scoring position. I think I might have said that Green was leading off the order, but it was actually Schwab. Anyway, my bad. So first and second with 1 down for Jackie Jensen, looking for his first hit of the day. So I'll lead at 4-0. And Jensen takes ball 2. Stock thought he had strike 3 there. And that's going to be a hit on the double play. So Adair flips to Hansen for 1. Back to first, not in time. They do get the middle runner as Jensen hits into the field. Did I hit the wrong one there? I think I did. Oh, man. Very unforgiving. Okay. Let's try that again. I think I was supposed to get the middle runner out there instead of Geiger. So we just do that over again. All right, so Jackie Jensen 0 for 3 steps to the plate. Runners on first and second, 1 down. 6-2. And he avoids the strikeout. Takes ball 2. And he lines out to the second baseman Adair as runners get back safely. Now with 2 down. So Pete Runnels 1 for 3 with an RBI up to the plate now. And Runnels with a Stock does not let up any home runs to left-handed batters. And that's going to be a fly ball to right to end the inning. Red Sox do get a run on the RBI single by Schwal. And we go again with the fielder check thing, even though it passed last time. We'll go back to the game again, cancel that out. Alright, so we're going to fight with this thing again, cancel changes. Yes. Let's get back to the game now. Now it's going to allow me to go back to the game. So, alrighty, so the top of the 8th now. Schwal back out there. Now with a 4-0 lead. Brandt, Robinson, and Gentile up for their Orioles. Brandt 1 for 3 on the day. And takes ball 3. And then grounds out to Budden for out number 1. Next up, Brooks Robinson 1 for 3 on the day. And he takes a called strike 2. He thought that was ball 4. And manages to fight off the next pitch for a single. So Robs with a 1-out single. Gentile up now. He's 1 for 2 with a walk. And And he checks his swing. Schwal thought he went around on that one. And fights out the next pitch for a double. And Brooks Robinson will come around to score the first Oriole run. And Gentile hold at second. So Gentile with an RBI double puts the Orioles on board. Now 4-1. As there is action in the Red Sox pen. Pinky Higgins decides to stick with Schwal to try to get out of, try to continue here. So that'll bring up Triandos as 1 for 3. And it'll be a fly ball to Geiger in center for out number 2 as Gentile holds. So 2 down now for Hansen, 1 for 2 with a double. And he gets him swinging down the inning, but the Orioles do get a run, and it's 4-1 now as we head to the home half of the 8th. So Rapolsky 2 for 3 with an RBI and a run scored. Comes to the plate. And he's going to draw the walk, so Rapolsky continues his fine day on base for the 3rd time today, making the most of his start. And Pinky Higgins just said this is just a routine day off for Yastrzemski, although immediate members of the press and the fans are speculating here, as Yastrzemski has been struggling so far on the season. So Pagliaroni 1 for 3. Will Rapolsky on first with a walk. 3-2. I think that was a walk. Can't remember now. 4-6, and that will be a ground ball to the shortstop Hansen. His only play is going to be to first, as Rapolsky moves in the scoring position with 1 down now. So Vic Wertz up now, 1 for 3. Oh, 4. And he'll line out to Hansen for out number 2 as Rapolsky dives back to the bag safely. So Button up now, he's 1 for 3 with a triple and a run scored and an RBI. And that is going to be a ground ball to short, and Hansen's unable to get to that one. So Button will reach this second hit of the day as Rapolsky will come around the score. So an RBI single for Button, get second RBI of the day, and it's back to a 4-run lead, 5-1. I think we're going to let Stock his day is done. You're going to bring in Dick Hall is going to come in. You're going to let Schwal hit for himself. He's going to try to close it out here, try to get the complete game. Give the Red Sox bullpen a rest. So Schwal 1 for 3 with an RBI. Hall 7-5 in 61 with 4 saves, 3.10 earned average, 122 innings pitched, only 102 hits allowed. 25 walks and 92 strikeouts, so another good reliever for the Orioles. So here's the windup. Ooh, actually, I think we are going to... Probably no, not with 2 outs. You're not going to... So he will strike out. The Red Sox are able to get the run back. Here we go again. Cancel changes. Go the game here. Cancel changes. Back to the game. There we go. Alright, so Schwal trying to close it out here. He's got a little left in the tank. There is some action in the Red Sox bullpen just in case. So Adair, Herzog, and Hall, the bottom third of the order. So Adair 0 for 3. And takes a called strike 2, so full count is full now. And he'll line the next one out to where it's at first for out number 1. So Herzog up now 0 for 2 with a walk. Schwal looking to get the complete game here. And he draws a walk. So bring on a pinch hitter for Hall. Alright, and Dave Philly did get a pinch hit appearance, so he will come in the pinch hit for the Dave Philly. 250 average with a homer and 23 runs batted in 61. So runner on first with the one down. Wirtz will hold him on. So here's the windup in the pitch by Schwal. Oh, and there's a possibility. No, he's got a 0 for a home run. So Philly with weak power again. That would have been a home run if he was a lefty pitcher, but it's not. Instead, it's going to be a ground ball to second. Second for one, back to first, and they will defeat the Baltimore Orioles by a score of 5-1. We forgot to put our Carl Yastrzemski backdrop here. No worries, though. Alright, so the Red Sox defeat the Orioles by a score of 5-1, going to 17-25. And home runs on the day. Schwal gets the victory. Goes to 3-0. Huffed with the loss. Let's take a look at the box score. Alright, so Schwal goes the distance, pitches a complete, allowing just 1 run, 9 innings pitched, 7 hits allowed, 1 run, it was earned, 4 walks and 3 strikeouts, ERA now 3.28. Hoff takes the loss, 6 innings pitched, 8 hits allowed, 4 runs, all of them earned, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts, and 1 wild pitch. Wet Stock pitched 1 2/3 innings, allowing 1 hit, 1 run, it was earned, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout. And Hall pitched 1/3 of innings, striking out the only batter he faced. So for the Red Sox, Chuck Schilling was 0 for 2. He'll be back in the next game, though. Pumpsy Green came on as a replacement, 1 for 2 with a run scored. Gary 0 for 3 with a run scored and a walk. Jackie Gents 0 for 4. Reynolds 1 for 4 with an RBI. Rip Rapaldi had a good start and replaced the rookie Carl Yastrzemski. 2 for 3 with 2 runs scored and an RBI. Also walked once. Pagliaroni was 1 for 4. Wirtz 1 for 4. Don Budden had a good day, 2 for 4 with a run scored and 2 runs batted, including a triple. Schwal 1 for 4, helping his own cause with an RBI. So for the Orioles, Williams 0 for 4. Gene Stevens came on to play left field after the injury to Williams. He'll miss 2 games the next game, so he won't be back in the next game against the Red Sox. So Jackie Brandt 1 for 4. Brooks Robinson was 2 for 4 with a run scored. Jim Gentile 2 for 3 with a run scored, including a double and a walk. Gus Trios 1 for 4. Ron Hansen 1 for 3 with a double and a walk. Jerry Adair was 0 for 4. Whitey Herzog 0 for 2 with a couple of walks. And Billy Hoft was 0 for 3 at the plate. Dave Philly came on as a pinch hitter, 0 for 1. So that is it, as the Red Sox improve their record. We'll be back with Game 2 of the series. And Mr. Brody will hopefully join us there, as he is out for the count right now. Back there. Mr. Brody said he'll be back for the next game. Hopefully another Red Sox victory. So take care, God bless, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye now.